is a tour of the 90,000 saunas you have in your house.
Okay. And this is a good idea. Why?
I've never walked into a house and seen this many saunas, so.
Establishes credibility.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like people need to know that.
You don't think I'm credible?
I think that this furthers the credibility
that I've been doing for the last 6 years.
You could have made it all up, man. You could have just, you know.
Oh yeah. I don't think you can fake this much crap.
So talk to me about these real quick, because I know that we.
This is a healthmate. I mean, healthmate's been around forever. They always make cedar saunas. They call them rod heaters, but they're really ceramic heaters. What could I tell you about them? I mean, they're fine. They don't mitigate electric fields usually. The EMF doesn't really compete as far as body voltage on a lot of the other saunas. This is an older model particularly, so these red-faced heaters are a couple year ago design, but we still use it for testing and comparison. The newer heaters are a little bit different, but for the most part, relatively the same effect on the body. This one, well, you can see it, but I'm not going to tell you what brand it is, because every time you make comments about this one, they do the legal posturing and try and make your life hell. And
I will say it smells nice.
it's just cedar.
It smells
the same thing
cedary.
as all the other cedar ones, but they don't actually make it themselves. The factory that makes this one makes a bunch of the other brands. They just act like
a little bit of rebranding.
Proprietary. Yeah, but whatever. Maybe we'll make a special video just for them.
Okay. Now
that I have litigation insurance. This is a High-Tech Health. It's apart right now because when I was moving it, I broke it. This poplar wood is super, super, super soft, and so I damaged a couple of the pieces, ripped a cord out of the back. It's not operational right now, but you know, still halfway decent product. Again, what do you call it? Ceramic ceramic heaters.
A blue guy.
Pretty much the same thing that you find in a High-Tech Health or it is a High-Tech Health. Very similar except for a couple minor modifications. This is a ClEARLIGHT Sanctuary. I use it for towel storage. Really cool looking sauna. It is a full spectrum sauna, so they say, with the quartz halogen heaters in the front, and we shot another really cool video about that earlier or yesterday. When was that? Yeah,
might have been today.
This time. Today? You'll see it. It'll be out soon. And what was I going to say about this? I mean, it's a cool design. Suffers from massive heat loss with the glass. I like the ClEARLIGHT Premier saunas a lot. They have a wooden face, less glass, more insulative, and then they don't have these quartz halogen heaters on the back of the glass. Great sauna, just I would change some of the design characteristics. For some people, this is not a good fit. For other people, it's a great fit, or the only...
Claustrophobic people, maybe?
Well, no, and some of their bigger models, like, if you're a person that has, what do you say, some of that type of joint pain where you can't sit in certain positions, they do have larger saunas that have not an ergonomic bench, but an adjustable bench. So if that's you, or if you're in a wheelchair and you want an ADA compliant sauna, they're one of the only companies that makes that. So in certain cases, you know, this is the only choice for people. But you know, if you want a 1-person, 2-person, 3-person, it's not my first choice just because of some of the design characteristics. It looks really cool. It's aesthetically pleasing. I mean, just the whole front of it is awesome. But you're paying a performance price for this, and then the way the heat delivery is set up in there, it's not quite as good as some of the other ones. These, you already know I like these. These are the Radiant Health saunas. These are what myself and my family, friends, we all use these. If it's me getting it for them, they don't have a choice. This is what I get them, and they don't get to choose anything else because this is the best thing they could possibly get. These, man, just everything is good about them. EMF is good, VOC is good, the build quality, the heater design, heater layout. I'd rather show you the bigger one upstairs because it has...
Do you know which model this one is?
This one?
Yeah.
This is an E1H.
Okay.
It's a small one. This is a 1-person. But the cool thing about this is that it's the same size as a portable tent sauna. The little zippy tent.
True, it is.
Right, so the portable, the footprint for those is 36 inches by 36 inches. Same for this. So it's just taller. So literally, for the same amount of space in a room, you could put this where you put one of those.
You could even fit this in a closet if you wanted to.
You really could. It sticks out a little in the front, but you know, you could still like open the door and stuff. It's great. This works amazingly well. It's a 15 amp sauna, which means it'll work on a regular household outlet. if you can plug a vacuum into, you know, your house and run it, you can run this sauna. So no electrical upgrade required. Very, 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 very good package. It's a small cubic footage, a lot of far infrared coverage in there. As you could see with just me in here. I mean, your entire body is just wrapped in far infrared. You got massive heater here, massive heater here. You got heater in the floor underneath the feet, calf heater, leg heaters, big back heater. I mean, this thing requires almost no preheat. You're sweating in less than 10, 12 minutes. Works really good for what it is. A lot of people, it's not a good fit because it's too small. Can't really move around in there. Can't turn to the side, can't put your feet up, can't use it with two people, blah, 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 blah. But yeah,
this guy?
All of these are good. The corner sauna is awesome. Looks really good. It's the most aesthetically pleasing design that you can put in a room. And they call it, like, this is an EC3H. The model numbers are deceiving on these. I don't like how they have them labeled because it implies that this is a 3-person sauna. You're not getting 3 full-size adults in here. With me sitting back, you're lucky to have another full-size adult here and not touch the knees if one of the people is you know, taller. However, you could put a sibling, a child, or infant, not infant.
Newborn.
Cut.
Cats, dogs.
No, you can leave that in there. You could put a small child, or, you know, your towels or your drinks or whatever, and use it. It's very conversational because you're next to each other. I talk about this a lot. But you do suffer a little bit of performance. Like, there's a cost benefit to the corner sauna because in a rectangular sauna, you'd have a massive heater here instead of the extra glass, right? So you're giving that up. So your heater coverage isn't as great. Sauna still works good. It's just not as efficient as the rectangular because your body's not wrapped in as much, you know, infrared. You do have these side heaters, but you don't technically have heater panel on the front here. So it takes a little longer to heat up, and then the intensity of it is a little less than a rectangular sauna. So it just depends on what you're looking for.
The footprint is around the same size as that 3-person one upstairs or the 2-person one upstairs?
No, that's definitely bigger.
Really?
Yeah. Because the depth. I mean, it tucks into a corner. So if you have like a spare bedroom and you want to tuck a sauna in there, this is a great fit. Because it's pretty much, will sneak in anywhere, it looks good. It's appealing. We can run upstairs and look at that if you want to, but...
Yeah. Give time?
Yeah.
The ones up here.
The portable ones too?
You can. Which ones do you like at least? I really like this brownish one.
You filming?
Yeah.
The brownish one? The one that doesn't work?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a little work to do on the portable sauna assessments. We got dome sauna in here. There's all kinds of stuff in the graveyard room.
Yeah, what's this guy right here?
What's what?
This.
That's a dome sauna.
How's that work?
You lay down flat and the infrared panels basically lay over you like a little dome. And this is what is used in Dr. Ashley Mason's whole body hyperthermia treatment study, which you could find online. Highly recommend you check it out. Was loving her enthusiasm to use sauna to test various forms of depression treatment and things like that. They found some really cool results, and what they used were dome saunas, so that you could have head out therapy and also have a therapist walk you through the sessions. You have to stay in there, I believe, an hour and a half till your core temperature gets to 101.3. And I love her research because we replicate some of that in the larger saunas, just on a smaller scale. Things that people can do with home or at home without a therapist, stuff like that. But this is one of my favorite saunas. It's a Radiant Health 2.5, which is not a 2-person, not a 3-person, but a 2.5. Kind of odd, but it's a good mix because it's bigger. So I'm a bigger person. I fit really well in here. It's a little bit deeper, but it still has these front heaters. It still has massive side heaters. This is probably my favorite sauna right now because of the performance. It's a 20 amp sauna, so you need a 20 amp dedicated line to run it. But if I'm in here by myself, without anyone else, I mean, I can't think of something that's much more comfortable. You can put backrests in it. You could, if you really wanted to, you could sit 3, adults wide.
Definitely.
It's very, very comfortable for 2. This is a great sauna for cold basements, garages, things like that, where the ambient temperature is a little colder. The performance and the heat up time is really, really quick. It's got a lot of horsepower on tap. Excellent, excellent model. I'm trying to think of other things that you might want to know about these, but it's really just a sauna tour, right? Like we don't have to.
You don't need to go into detail.
Okay.
No, but I personally like this one as well. I think this is a really nice sauna.
We're gonna put you in here.
This guy?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I'm gonna zip you up.
Look like I'm on a space
Look at
pod.
you through the little window.
Look at me suffer.
No, I like to test everything, so.
No, I like this
got
one
a little-
too. This one makes sense.
I like it too. I just wish it was. I wish it was metal poles. These are PVC,
Ooh.
so a little plasticky, but it's interesting.
It's
got
light.
It's got some VOC issues. People might like to see this. We put a finished sauna heater in all the infrared saunas to see what happens. We also do our own quartz halogen heaters. There's a guy on YouTube that gave me the idea. I can't remember his name, but definitely credit to him. And then we got near infrared heat lamp saunas, the tent saunas.
Those look crazy.
We got these that I don't really talk about or use. I don't really want to badmouth the companies because they do more good than harm, but we don't promote these because there's a little bit lacking as far as far infrared coverage and penetration when you sit in here.
Those corners are the only heaters?
Well, these two in the front, but yeah, in the corners is pretty much it. So what happens in here is you get good penetration on the organs here, but you don't really get much directly in the back or directly in the front. You're missing a lot from the front. The heater should really come up higher because you get good coverage on the legs and you get good coverage right here, but everything else is kind of missing. So, and plus these are why, well, I don't want to say too much because I don't do reviews on this company because I think I like what they stand for. They operate in Canada. They don't import from overseas. They source their lumber and stuff locally, which I think is really cool.
It looks like it's quality built too.
It is. This is an older model. The newer ones are just a little bit better also if you see them in person. But there's a few things about them that could be, they have UL certification, their electrical is solid, but they also have AC magnetic fields right next to the body, which is, if you're looking for low EMF stuff, that's not it. But same thing with these guys.
The window opens?
Yeah, it's just a little slider window. This is an older variation of what they build.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's very primitive though. It's for user, it's not very user friendly. There's no control panel inside. There's only a control panel on the outside. And then depending on how you have the sauna set up, it's not very accessible. Like I say, I don't want to spend too much time on these. We don't really promote those, but do have them. I try everything. Another ceramic sauna company, same thing, just lacking infrared coverage in these. You really only have a little bit in the back, and it's extremely directional. So no frontal coverage, no side heater coverage. This feels, I love these ceramic heaters. I like the way I've always liked them, but it's cold in the front, hot in the back. So you can't really, in my opinion, you can't really get the sauna experience that you're looking for in a design like this. So we don't really promote those. And then this one, I don't know if I want to talk about this one yet. This is the one we just filmed the installation video for. Cool concept, good heater placement. I am modifying it a little bit right now. Since you guys were here, I took this off so that I could move it closer to me. I like the output of these, but it's like 18 inches away from your core, 20 inches away from your chest. So I was trying to get more out of it. I might modify it a little bit, see if I can get it hotter. But as you guys saw, the installation was a little rough on this one.
Definitely a little interesting.
I'm not producing any reviews or anything on it because I don't want to jump the gun, but it's built well. Just, that's all I'm going to say for now. You wanted people to see?
I just wanted people to see how many saunas you really do have, because I think that when
more than this.
No, and when I...
The storage room there.
Gosh.
There's a bunch broken down in there.
You might have a problem.
No, I need to start getting rid of them. But this is what happens. I'll fill it up and test as much as possible, and then we have to get rid of them all and then start again. Because you really don't know about some of these things unless you have them. It's like talking to a sales rep at a company and they tell you that, this heater is this way or that heater is another way or blah, blah, blah. They really have no idea what they're talking about. They've used the sauna at the gym the sauna at their house that the company that they work for gave them, and maybe like a friend's or something. So they have 3 saunas that they've experienced in their life, yet they're educating you on a $5,000 purchase decision, and they're telling you like all these facts about the design of the sauna that they sell for the company they work for. But unless you get in it and you feel the difference, you don't know.
And that's why I wanted people to like realize that you're not just talking about this because you are only interested in saunas. It's like you've tried out every single one of these products. I mean, you literally bought that one that you're not even probably going to do a video on the other day, and you used it and you're like, well, this could use a little bit of improvement. And so like that's what I wanted people to see, is that you're not just a purveyor of information, you actually like do this stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's user first, business second, right? And it goes back to 6-7 years ago when I was seeing that functional medicine doctor and I saw how expensive all this private health stuff is. There's no insurance coverage for it. And it's the same principle. You know, if I'm going to spend all this money for myself, how do we follow this equipment, even the red lights or everything else? If I'm looking for the best thing for me, it's user first. You know, I want to find good equipment for myself, friends, family, customers, you know, everybody to use, and then we'll figure out how to make it work or fit it into a side business later. There's always opportunity. You know, there's always an opportunity to make money if you can help people, save people time, money, stress, aggravation. So Lord knows we've had enough.
You know about aggravation.
Stress and aggravation doing this. I mean, there's definitely, yeah, you find out the pitfalls when you do it yourself. I'll never forget, they tell you how easy it is on the phone, and then you believe them and you buy it, and then it shows up, and then you're like,
And you're kicking pieces into place.
Pretty much. You said I'm patient.
You know, you are, honestly. Though when we were building that one in there, I saw how patient you were, because it was hot and I was sweating while just holding a camera, and you're building this whole stupid thing on camera, and I would have freaked out of that. Like, we're not building it. Go home.
Yeah, that doesn't frustrate me as much as the nonsense from the companies. That frustrates me more. Like in the Facebook group when people ask the questions and I'm like, hey, I don't really know how to comment on this because you're so far down a rabbit hole, it doesn't make any sense. If you came here for 15 minutes and I put you in, you know, this thing and that thing and this thing, we wouldn't have to have this conversation because you would just know from using it. So it's a difference of perspective. Whereas, you know, I don't want to spend 2 hours typing up a bunch of crap just to retort or comment on what some of the sales reps say, or, you know, everybody has a vested interest towards one thing or another. It's just the way of the industry. But it's unfortunate because people get roped into a bunch of crap.
Yeah, and showing them, I think, is better than just writing a response and being like, that might not be the whole truth. Showing them why. Like, the example that you did today was a really good example of covering the red light therapy.
It's really hard to illustrate, right? Like, the main thing is, if there was a way to make things demonstrable, or a way to give someone the feeling that you get when you try different ones, that would eliminate half of the crap in the industry, because there's no way to transmit, like, I can't give you the feeling of trying this sauna versus that sauna. But when you're in there yourself, you know the difference. And that's what we're seeing in the private Facebook group, the Certified Sauna Community. People are buying, you know, one brand. We had a guy the other day. He said, hey, we had a health studio. We've had this brand for years. We traded it out for one of your Radiant Health saunas. I can't believe how much better it works, blah, blah, blah. I didn't believe it when you were saying, you know, this heater, or I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically said they've had it for a couple of months and now, you know, they'll never go to anything else. And it's like, I don't know how to give somebody that experience through a video or a phone call or a message. And that's what is really missing.
Are you looking for the best home sauna options on the market? I can't tell you how difficult it is to find good information on these things. That is, until I came across this guy, Matt Justice of CertifiedSaunas.com. He took the guesswork out of finding a safe, low EMF, low VOC infrared sauna for my home. And now, my family and I enjoy it every single night as part of our health ritual. I love the no-nonsense approach Matt takes when reviewing some of the most popular brands. And he's not afraid to tell you the truth, even when it impacts him in a negative way. My wife and I almost fell for the Amazon 5-star rated saunas. But when Matt talked to us behind the scenes and showed us how they manipulate the reviews, We were blown away. He even has pictures and videos of him buying and installing a couple of those cheaper saunas, and you can clearly see the lack in build quality. I couldn't be happier with our decision to go with a sauna recommended from CertifiedSaunas.com. The companies Matt suggested were low pressure, answered all of our questions, and even honored Matt's discount code.